What's up guys, my name is Xiao and today's gonna be a different type of video. Today we are actually going to be covering hot takes made by you guys. You know, you guys went in my community tab and told me all your hot takes on Jujutsu Kaisen. Some things I agree with, some things I think are absurd. Like, what made you think that? What made you think that was normal to say? And some things were cool, you know, some people had good takes, some people, you know, it's kind of different hot takes. But you know, we're gonna go together in this video and actually find out if some people had good takes or bad takes, you know? And you guys tell me in the comment down below one of your takes, and also tell me if you think that these takes were good or bad hot takes. But anyway, without further ado, if you haven't already, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into the video. Okay, so the first comment we have is from Dot Cuddle 123. A shout out to Cuddle, he's been on the channel quite a bit. He says, if Jujutsu Kaisen has a great ending, it will be a top 5 manga of all time. The pacing has been criticized, and of course the complexity of the power system, but the characters, plot, fights, and overall tone of this manga are phenomenal. Although I find it very difficult, if someone can pull it off, it's Gege. So this is a very interesting one. I actually do believe that Jujutsu Kaisen is actually one of the top mangas right now in this current new gen. If it were to be top 5 manga of all time, there are quite a lot of good mangas. But I understand why you would say it's top 5, because Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't really have a lot of flaws. Like what it tries and portrays and the direction Gege Okutami actually tries to go when he's portraying this is quite amazing. I think he does it really well, even adding the power system, which I believe is one of the best power systems. There are complexities within the show, but the complexities are fine, especially when you understand it. I feel like it becomes even 10 times more amazing. And at the same time, who doesn't love Jujutsu Kaisen? I mean, that's why I'm covering it on my channel. That's why I love Jujutsu Kaisen to death. The fact that we haven't even seen what Kenjaku is really trying to do. We haven't seen Sukuna. We haven't seen Gojo come back. Like, there's so much potential from this. There's so much potential from the series. And I really am happy with the direction of it. And I do believe it can be a top 5 manga. The next one that we actually get from Greedy Arts. Shout out to Greedy Arts. Hakuri's domain is really disappointing, because how would Westerners know what the references are for the domain without having to do a stupid amount of research? I understand where he's coming from, and this is actually quite a hot take that the domain is disappointing, but I think a lot of people within the community agrees, but the other half of the community also does not agree, due to the fact that at the end of the day, anime is Japanese, and if they cater to the Japanese audience and doing something that is a Japanese device like a pachinko machine, I don't think that's a bad idea. There's nothing wrong with, you know, having to learn a little bit of what something does, because in reality, even if you don't know what pachinko machine is, the way he explained it kind of made it easy. Like, I thought that you had to actually research what a pachinko is, but when he does the explanation, especially in the official translations, you really kind of understand it faster. You kind of understand it quicker too. So yes, this is a very hot take, and you know, I respect your opinion because you're saying Hakari's domain is disappointing, which, you know, to be fair, I can understand why someone would say that. But I don't believe that because it wasn't catered to Westerners that it makes it disappointing. And especially because Westerners wouldn't know, you know, it's not, at the end of the day, it's not for us. But yeah, that's a hot take too. Tell me what you guys think about that. Do you like Hakari's domain? The next one up that we have is from Torch Dead or Torche Dead, one of the two. And they said, Jogo was underutilized. His strength wasn't made apparent enough despite completely blitzing Maki, Naobito, and Nanami. I feel like he could have had a genuine fight that showcased more of his abilities, since we didn't get much fighting from him. Although, I realized he's more of a tool to the show to show how strong Gojo and Sukuna are, and he did a great job filing that role, since his beatdowns are some of the best parts of the series. That helped establish the power system. Just wish he had a little bit more screen time, but he served his purpose. You know what? I do agree with the fact that his strength wasn't made apparent enough, but I disagree with the fact that he was underutilized. He was definitely used, and he was used well. The only thing that wasn't done well was showcasing how strong he is. Every time he caught a body, every time he took a W, it was when somebody was already half like done. For example, when Nanami, Maki, Naobito was all getting attacked by Jogo, they were already done fighting Naobito. So it didn't really showcase how strong he is, because I feel like anyone could have literally smoked them after that. In addition, he does fight some of the strongest people within the show. Sukuna, who is flipping broken and 15 fingers at that. And then you have flipping Gojo as well. And Gojo fight, that wasn't even a fight. So is this a hot take? I would say a lot of people in the community would agree with you if they care about seeing other people and seeing Jogo specifically. I feel like a lot of people would agree. I also agree with you, that fact that they could have shown more and gave him more screen time to actually showcase how strong he really is. But all he was there to be is the punching bag and shown to present how strong Gojo and Sukuna was. And as you said, he did a very good job. So yeah, I appreciate that comment. So the next comment that we actually do come across, we have Mr. Akmal711 and he says, I don't find Panda that interesting. Well, hopefully you don't buck no Panda fans in the comment section down below, because your ass is grits if that's the case. But I think Panda is okay. He's not interesting, but he's not boring as well, you know? Like, Panda is just okay, because Panda adds a lot of comedic value when you're actually watching the show Jujutsu Kaisen or reading the manga. Especially in the latest chapter, he actually did have some comedic value. But if you don't find Panda funny, I don't really think he's that interesting of a character as well. But you know, that's to everyone's taste. And yeah, pretty much, like, you don't find Panda that interesting? I think there's people out here, probably in the comment section down below, that also don't find Panda that interesting either. So yeah, man, shout out to you, mister. Next up, we have my boy Zach. Shout out to Zach. He said Maki should be the... Hold on. Give me a second. Maki should have been MC. No. That's what I'm gonna say. No. Anyway, next question. I think we're gonna take like 2 or 3 more. So it says, by Phoenix with some flair, Kenjaku should be the final villain of the series, not Sukuna. I just find him and his goals quite a bit more interesting. Now, I also do believe that Kenjaku ending the series would be an amazing thing. Do I think this is a hot take? Not really. I think a lot of people would rather Kenjaku also, you know, be the person to close the deal. You know, the person that has been starting from the beginning of the series, doing the Aizen, like no one knows what he's doing, like he's working behind the scenes and shit. But personally, I don't mind who's the final villain. I just wish it's Kenjaku more. Like, I side with you more on saying that Kenjaku should be able to be the final villain of the series. It's not certain or concrete that Sukuna's gonna be the final villain, but from what we're seeing, they're definitely in cahoots and they definitely know each other. So who knows, they might both be the final villains, you know? But anyway, long story short, tell me guys in the comment down below, who do you want to end the series? Who do you want to be the final villain? Let me know. Okay, so the next hot take that we do have, maybe the final one, is that Gojo isn't a very interesting character. He's the best implementation of a mega OP character trope I've ever seen. Okay, that's interesting. But that's his whole character. The core of Gojo's character after the Star Plasma Vessel arc is just I'm stronger than everyone else, which simply isn't that interesting compared to what other characters put out. He's used more as a plot device to make things more interesting in modern JJK. No, you're wrong. And Santius, my boy, let me explain why you are wrong. Anyway, as I said, I appreciate you, man, for commenting. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know what your hot takes are. But I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. When Gojo finished the Star Plasma Vessel arc, he didn't just think, oh, I'm just stronger than everyone else now. In fact, he learned something deeper than that. What he actually learned is that you can only save those who are willing to be saved. And look what it took for him to be stronger than everybody else. He had to go through a near-death experience, something he's never ever went through before, you know? Something he had to accept how the world is effed up and literally compromise with it, because his friend, his best friend, was telling him, no, you can't do that. And then he went ahead to do that times 10. So he had to live with the burden of having to do the job to kill his friend. Not by any means am I saying your opinion is invalid and Gojo is an interesting character. I'm just opposing the fact that you're trying to say that the core of his character is that he's just stronger than everybody else, which in reality, he is the balance of the world. And with him being the balance of the world, there's some responsibilities that he has to take, which is why his character now is to try and make sure the youth grow up, which is the sole reason he became a teacher. Because he knew that if he does it his own way and killing all the higher ups, they'll just replace them and the same cycle repeat. If you haven't already, watch my video on why Gojo is the special one, the life of Satoru Gojo. I go into depth into why Gojo is literally a very interesting character, and a lot of things that you think about Gojo, the simplified version, there's a deeper meaning to everything that he does. But yeah, as I said, Santius, That's just my opinion. Hey, as you said, this is a hot take. This is probably the hottest take out of the all. But you guys in the comments down below, tell me what you think about this, because I'm actually interested to see if a lot of people also think Gojo's not really interesting. But yeah, in my opinion, I just believe that Gojo is interesting. And yeah, I think that's a W hot take. I'll be real. That's a W hot take. And with that, guys, it seems that it concludes the video. Thank you for watching this video. If you want a hot takes part 2, you already know the goal. 50 likes. 50 likes and we'll do a hot takes part 2. And you guys can actually comment under the community tab when I post it to let me know your hot takes. There was some more hot takes that actually was here, but I couldn't go over everything now. I'll go over some of them if there is a part 2. Anyway guys, thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new. And as I say to the new and old people that come and visit my channel, Jana.